Okay, guys, today we have a fun little video. This is basically going to be an intro video to my new journal I have set up and started journaling in off camera. I have previously done a bunch of journal with me's in this journal. These journals were just from Amazon. I do really like them, but I love these like high quality ones more. This one's from Notebook Therapy, and this one is from Archer and Olive or whatever. I don't know. But this one's just from Amazon. It's like paper age. So this one I have filmed in throughout the year, and then this one's my junk journal. And then this one's my media journal. So we just have so many journals and we're going to go through them all. And basically, I want to catch you up to speed to my current journaling I'm doing and how I've kind of combined these two journals into one. But I want to go through these two journals first so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about in case you have missed those videos. So the first journal we have here was my bullet journal, like personal journal where I kind of put memories and stuff like that. So this was for 2025. I did set this up at the beginning of this year and I decorated it and everything. I had like the About Me page. My swatches were just with my Tombos. Now I have Oahu markers. I don't know if that's how you say it, but whatever they're called. And I have 100 of them. So there's a lot more swatches, but this swatch page, very empty. These were my resolutions, which I actually did like all of these this year, which is kind of crazy. Very happy about that. This was my tracker, my favorite. So I stopped this in basically August. I can fill this out though, like at the end of the year. I'm not going to now. My TV shows, my movies, the places I've been, the places I want to go, my everyday trackers. Again, stopped this in basically the middle of September, right after Jake's birthday. My bingo, my 2025 highlights, which again, I can fill these all out later if I want to complete it. My Tetris, and then we went into January. So I tried to do like a cover page with like important dates, things I want to get done, and then things like other things to check off. And so that's kind of what I did here. And then I would do like a month in review, kind of like a monthly layout with just like different things on it. I don't know, just like a regular monthly layout. And then we had my weekly spreads, which this was a lot. I did keep up with these for like a hot second. And then in between, I would do these fun little like journaling spreads with like actual pictures to go with the week. So I actually really liked how like this one came out in particular with the Lunar New Year. And like I said, I did like, well, I didn't say this, but I did use some junk in this, but definitely not as much. And then this one I loved. I did an in review. So I said what I was listening to, what I was playing, what I was eating, what I was drinking, what I was smelling, what I was watching, and what I was gaming on. And then my highlights, I read Iron Flame and the Commanders did really well, throwback. And then we went into February. So I kind of got into like more cover pages here. I was like printing this stuff out. I cut this terribly, by the way. And like gluing it or like double side taping it. And then we have my monthly and then more weekly spreads. We went to Bangkok. So I had my packing list here, which I did actually use. This was fun. And then I did like a Valentine's Day spread with all these obnoxious stickers of me and Jake that I just have from my personal collection, my character stickers that I use in my weekly planning. So I did all of that. And then I did my February memories. I ended up putting all of this in like after the fact, what I did each week, which is kind of crazy because I was in Thailand during this. So I kind of went back and did all of that. This was my Thailand dump. And like these spreads are so cute. I really enjoy it. And I'm definitely like carrying a lot of this over. I just wanted to restart for some reason because I'm annoying. March. This was my March monthly spread, very bright. More weekly spreads. And then my memories, I did like my pictures after. And then April, monthly. This one I tried like a paper shire situation, like gaming kit. It came out really cute, I think. And then April memories. My mom retired. April weekly. Like, these are really cute. I don't know. I just like wanted something more. May, monthly, weeklies, more weeklies, May memories. Oh my God, this is fun. And then we went on our 3-year trip. Then June 2025, monthly, weekly. I was doing the weeklies for honestly a lot longer than I thought. And then my highlights, my memories. I love this spread. Pride. We did a lot in June. And then July, my birthday month. I had a little birthday spread here with an SPC, like Hobonichi kit. That one didn't really work well for me. And then for my birthday, I got this from my parents, my Ivy Canon printer. And so I started printing on this and I just became obsessed. I think the printer quality is just so much better. Also, I got a new printer sometime since then, so my printer quality gets better too. Yeah, Oliver's birthday, August, and then I think this might be the tail end. And I also was starting to run out of room. Went to Richmond. Oh, I did a cute little book haul. This was Jake's tattoo he got. September, I did do September, but I stopped. So this was my monthly, and then that's it. Yep. So that's my first journal. I do have videos on pretty much all of these, I think probably except September, so January through August. So I'll link my journal with me playlist down below and you can find those there. And then the next journal I have here is my junk journal that I started at the beginning of the year. So this is the same like Amazon notebook situation. It's just orange and that one's pink. And also this one doesn't have dots. This one has dots, and this one has no dots, which is nice. Okay, so this is my junk journal, and this one has kind of died out too because I've moved on to my new journal and have kind of combined the two. So I did junk journal my IVF cycle that was in December, but it ended in a loss in January, so it was like the beginning of this year. And then my Thailand vision board, because I was really looking forward to Thailand at the time because we were going the next month. Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year with my red envelopes I got, and we did a like trying different Chinese snacks taste test with me and my husband. So I kept a bunch of those things and put them into a spread. We went to a play with Jake's friends. It was actually so good. And then the Commanders were doing really well this season. We took some Polaroids. Again, this was before I had my like personal printer. I was really into Wicked at the beginning of the year. It was like my coping mechanism through IVF last year. So I did a fun little Wicked spread. And then we did go to Thailand. So we have our flights. Went from Washington, D.C. to Doha to Bangkok. It takes 24 hours to get there. It used to take like 2 days. So, you know, we're getting better a little. We went and met Mudang and the gang at Khao Keo Open Zoo. So I have a bunch of this junk from it. We did a separate trip for there because my family's amazing. Hua Hin Beach. This is like the beach town I grew up going to. And then this is just some other fun junk. Jake really wanted to try Dubai chocolate. He still loves Dubai chocolate. This was in February. He still loves Dubai chocolate to this day. It's so funny. And then he went to this jiu-jitsu. I don't know. He told me to put this in my journal, so I did. And then this was going home. Our tickets. My favorite trip moment was the Hua Hin Beach pool ocean villa we stayed at. And yeah, I got all the stickers and junk and stuff from Thailand. I honestly have like the most junk in the world from Thailand because my dad goes every 6 months and I grew up going there. Like, it's just never ending. And then we skip all the way to June. I basically didn't junk journal at all between February, March when I came home, and June. So we went to the Grand National Tour and saw Kendrick and SZA. This was the day before Juneteenth, and then on June 21st, we went and saw Les Mis at the Kennedy Center. And I did this in July, you can tell because I have my printer. So I did definitely take a break in doing these spreads. And then we went to North Carolina, Outer Banks, have the cute little map, just some random vinyl decals and some Polaroids. I have a Polaroid camera too. This was, oh, this is really cute. This was like our golf score. So we have our mini golf score because we love to go mini golfing, and just some other junk. We went to Jurassic Park. We went to this restaurant as well. This is like a map of where we were. And then Oliver turned 4 in July. Did I just like skip my birthday? I guess so. So we went to his favorite restaurant that has like a dog menu. So I have the pup menu here in the patio rules. Just some other dog birthday junk. And then we went, this is one of my favorite spreads. We went to the US City Open. Our friends run the like event. So I got like all these cute little stickers, the map, lots of fun little things. It's a tennis tournament in Washington, D.C. And then we went to Richmond and I met Poppy. I love this scrap. Poppy the pygmy hippo. She was born in January, I think. So she was 8 months at the time. And I did a close-up experience with her and got to like meet her. I have this Don't Be a Hippopotamus from one of my freebies from Plannahannah. I love that. But yeah, that was really fun. And then we did a book date in Alexandria Old Town. So I kept like the bag scraps here and then just put the receipt in. And that is it for my junk journal. And so this also stopped around August. So finally, so that's my junk journal. That's my whatever journal, my, I don't know what you would call it, my bullet personal whatever journal. Just gonna put this here if I ever want to open it to there. And then we have, so I did start my media journal also, which I'll show you guys at the end. Those are in separate videos. I also have my junk journal with me's linked in my journal with me playlist. That was a lot. I have my junk journal with me videos linked in my junk journal in my journal with me playlist down below. So I'll link those. And then these I have done all off camera. And so the whole purpose of this video is to kind of introduce you guys to my new journal that I have been secretly planning and playing with off camera. So this is a notebook, therapy notebook. I believe Domi from Bonjour Domi recommended this brand to me. And I specifically loved this like Sakura strawberry one, and it was sold out for a while, but then it finally like was back on sale. So I grabbed it right away, and it does have gold foiling, and I hate kind of like how I have kind of ruined it with my junk, because this one is way less ruined, my media journal, but it's fine. It is what it is. I have my regrets, but it is what it is. So these are way higher quality journals, and I just really like them. So this is my first page. I just put a bunch of random decals. I get them from so many stores. And then I have yet to fill this out. I got the Chanel pink letters, and I'm going to write stick with Laura here, if you can envision that. And then more stickers, a selfie of me. And then this is my About Me page, which kind of is more improved, I guess. Added some pictures, used my highlighters, my glitter highlighters, and these prompts are all from SPC as well as the deco. The foils all from Plannahannah. The swatches, swatch page, some of these are different sizes and I didn't realize, so you know, that's a quirky thing about this spread. My traveling, so I basically ended up doing a code where I've been with Jake, where I want to go, and where I want to go with Jake. Obviously, there are places that I have been with Jake and without Jake because I've gone both, but except for Chicago because that one's new because I just recently went with him and I'd never been with him before. But most of them I colored like with Jake. And then the only place I want to go without Jake is Hawaii because I'm going there in December without him. And he's gone a million times without me. So it makes sense. The rest I want to go with Jake, or I've been with Jake. And then these are my international, which is crazy. We have Thailand, Costa Rica, Canada, Singapore, Ireland, Cambodia, Mexico, Switzerland, Spain, Bahamas, Puerto Rico. I don't know what this flag is, to be honest. I couldn't tell you. Let me know down below because now I forget. The books I read, which I basically print on my Ivy printer, and here's like a cute little example. I printed on 4 though, and so I just cut it. I'm currently reading Part of Your World, and I'll just put it down. Obviously, I'm going to run out of room here, and do I really have a plan for like 2025 besides 2025 versus 2026? No, because I didn't put 2025 in any of this. So my plan is to just keep filling this thing out, and the books page we're just gonna have to figure out later when I read enough books to fill this page. Movies watched, also, like, that's gonna get full eventually. My habits is kind of just like dumb. Like, I do Oliver Enrichment, 30 Plus Movement, like all the time, and then Deep Clean House, I don't know, and then Lose 5 pounds. I wish I just did a weight tracker for this and like colored in for each pound I lost. I might do that in the future just because I think that'll be very motivating, like as another fun spread. Maybe I'll do that in my new spreads. Like, I think because like there's still so much left and this is already up till October, and that's how much room I've used, I'm going to just start like new 2026 prompts in the second half of this, but use the same journal, if that makes any sense. So I basically decided in the middle of October or September or something to redo my whole journaling experience and use my beautiful Ivy Canon printer and use junk and combine it. There's no junk in this spread, but later there will be. There gets to be more junk as the year progresses because most of my junk I put obviously already in my junk journal from earlier in the year, as you saw. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I basically went back and journaled all this off camera, and so I'm going to flip through it. You know, this is basically what I've been doing. So this is January, my January spread. I basically just did monthly highlights. I removed the weekly spreads, I removed the monthly overviews, all that, and just do journaling spread highlights and combine my junk. And if there's junk, then I try and like make a purpose to like take pictures and print those out to make it all go together. And then this was February. I was basically in Thailand the whole time. So like I said, I have plenty of Thailand junk, so there was still junk to be had here. But the rest of the spreads early on in the year, there's not a lot of junk because like I said, they're already in this journal. March and April, I combined those two because they were kind of black months. I skipped them in my junk journal too, so yeah. May and June. And then July, I really love this spread, actually. I love what I did with the balloons. And yeah, this was fun. I like this one. And then August and September. And then here we get into some of the junk because, like I said, these videos started to die out, or these journals started to die out in September. So I did have junk from our Maryland football game that I wanted to include. We went to a football game on September 5th. So I included all that. We had like our lot number and stuff, and I have all these things from magazines and stuff that Jake had subscribed to support them. I got this idea to like cut out the letters instead of just like putting it all on TikTok, and I really like that. And then I got some really cute like football foil deco from Planet Hannah in corn and pixie red, and I think that looks really cute too. I have some Carly Plans football deco, just like a bunch of stuff. So yeah, I incorporated a lot. And then I did a spread here on the Labubus my cousins got me from Thailand. And at first I wasn't going to do this, but then on TikTok I saw a way to peel the box because these are thicker boxes and I didn't want to put that all in my planner, obviously. There's a way to peel it so just the top layer comes off. And so I did that, and now it's like really thin and so stuck on there, and I think it looks so cute. So this is my Labubu spread and I'm obsessed with it. I think this one is so cute. And I had like some cute, I had even the shrimp tempura I got from SPC, these like Labubu SPC journaling sheets. But yeah, I think this is really cute. And then I have Fox and Cactus Labubu stickers too. I just think it's so cute. And then we have September here. We went book shopping, so I have a receipt from there. And then more Labubus. October, we went to a bunch of pumpkin patches, hung out with my cousin a bunch. I wanted to get this literally for my journal, and then we didn't realize that it was taking the picture, basically, long story short, and I wasted $8. And then my car crash, which this is just a really funny spread. Probably controversial to some people that I did a spread on my car crash, but Jake was like, you should save all this stuff for your junk journal because I got so many documents, and I was like, you know what? I will. So I junk journaled my car crash, which is fun. It was a way of coping. And then this is the last spread here. It's my Halloween spread. I hate how this one turned out, if I'm being honest. But it's my Halloween spread. We were Superman. I think there's just too many elements. Like you have the Superman, and then you have the Halloween, and then you have this random dog sticker I put on. It's just a lot. So I hate that I have to end on that one. But the next ones I plan on doing are actually from my Chicago trip. And so I was thinking about doing a journal with me video on that because I could, one, recap Chicago with y'all, my Chicago trip, and two, it's more relevant. Like a bunch of these spreads, like the January through like, August, September, I just back planned and it wasn't relevant anymore. So I have a bunch of fun things for my Chicago trip. I have a bunch of junk. I have a bunch of stickers I bought already, like journaling stickers and stuff like that I bought. So I think this one will be really fun. So let me know if you guys want to see that because that's what I want to do next. But that is it. That is basically what I've been up to behind the scenes. I know I've been posting less journaling videos, and it's because I've been journaling in this bad boy, and I've been really enjoying it off camera, but I'll definitely do some videos on camera with you guys if you all are interested. But yeah, it's been really fun just using a bunch of different stickers and not restricting myself. And just getting creative with it. Obviously, some spreads come out a lot better than others, but I still think it looks really, really cute. And I've been really enjoying this new little journal. So that's my current journal. I'm going to quickly flip through my media journal in case y'all haven't seen it. This journal, I do have videos on. Which are, again, all in my Journal With Me playlist, linked down below. So this is my media. These are the games I play. These are the TV shows I watch. These are the movies I watch. The music I listen to. What else? The books I read, obviously. How did I forget that one? So yeah, this is my media journal. I consume lots of different media, so I figured I would just combine it all into one journal. So this is my little about me page here. I did do this one before this one, so that's why they look a little different. This is my swatches. Sorry, I just skipped over that. My habits tracker, which is just like all media related, and then my rating system, my monthly phase, my media bingo, my book tracker, my books read, my alphabet challenge, my rainbow reading challenge. These are all for books. My 5-star reads, my games played, my movie tracker, my TV show tracker, my cuisines eaten, which this is also really fun. I don't highlight the restaurants too much in my media journal. But the cuisines eaten has been very interesting. I really like Thai, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and Persian food. Playlist, Tetris, and my key for Tetris. And then the first ever spread I did was my Gamerias, and that video is really fun because I do have like gameplay, I don't know. Playthrough? I don't know. Anyways, I play while I show you guys the journaling spreads, and I think that one's really fun. But yeah, this was like what got me back into gaming pretty much was the Gamerias. And then I basically break this up into monthly. So I have January, which beginning of the year, I did not consume a lot of media. And then as I was more intentional and as I got more into reading, because I read like my first ever romance book, I was like, oh, wait, there's a lot to be done here. So also, beginning of the year was hell on earth for us because, like I said, lost a baby. January, or Fourth Wing I read last year, but I just put it here because I had all this deco in room. Iron Flame I read, and then I'm still struggling to listen/read Onyx Storm. My husband has read it, but I can't get through it. February, we just have the Short and Sweet album, which didn't even come out in February, but I did denote here that I was flying from DC to Bangkok, so I was a busy girl. March, we have the White Lotus TV show, which I love this spread because I got to highlight a lot of Thailand stuff. And then April, I saw Sinners. May is where I get into more. So we have Crying in H Mart, which was amazing. I have lots of quotes. Gaming, we have Sims. I started playing Businesses and Hobbies expansion pack and Schedule 1. I got my PC in April, so started gaming a lot more. June, I read Summer in the City, my first like summer romance book. I was playing Wingspan Asia, the board game, a lot. We went to see the Grand National Tour and Les Mis. And I basically get these quotes from Planet Hannah, all the foil bits from Planet Hannah, these large scripts from Planet Hannah, and then I was getting these stickers custom from SPC, but she no longer sells those, so I have started making them on my own, or sometimes I do use my little, where's my printer? Ivy printer, my best friend. Parasite, Love Island. The only reason why I documented Love Island is because I loved Nick and his quote, I was like addicted to hippos, and he's talking about how they're like the superior apex predator. And in case you missed it, I do love hippos very much, in case you can't tell from all my journals. July, we watched Wild Robot. I played Peak. So fun. We saw Superman. I read this book, Underwear in My Shoe, which was a like memoir about the IVF process. And then in August, we get into some fun spreads. I actually do some like reading journal spreads. So we have a little cover page here. I did 7 books, 4.21 average rating. These were the breakdown between romance, thriller, memoir, and LGBTQIA+. And then we have my spread. So I Butcher and Blackbird, The Perfect Marriage, I'm Glad My Mom Died, Heartstopper, Adam and Evie's. I've read so many books this month. Adam and Evie's Matchmaking Tour, The Love Hypothesis, Say or Remember Me, which has been my favorite book of the year so far. Not my favorite spread, but favorite book. This is one of my favorite spreads, K-Pop Demon Hunters, which is definitely my favorite movie so far this year, I think. Yeah, probably. And I've seen a lot of movies if you've missed it. So yeah, this one is really cute, like all the quotes, and this is like a junk journaling set from SPC, and then I got a bunch of custom stickers too. And then I watched Nobody Wants This and The Hunting Wives on Netflix. We went to concerts, After Hours Till Dawn, The Weeknd, and Railroad Revival Tour, Mumford & Sons. And then we have September, which I just did recently, and will either be up before or after this video, but definitely check that out. So I have 6 books here, 3.67 average rating. This is the breakdown between romance, YA, and memoir. And then we have Abby Jimenez, Just for the Summer, Sociopath, Parachutes by Kelly Yang, P.S. I Hate You by Lauren Connolly, The Bodyguard, The Cheat Sheet, which was my favorite of the month. All this foil is so pretty with it. And then we have Water Park Simulator and Tiny Bookshop for my games. And that's a basic quick run through of literally all my journals. I can't believe I've been talking for 30 minutes straight. But basically, the main purpose of this video is to catch you up on what you've missed in this bad boy. And let me know if you would like some future journals with me's. I do plan on continuing the journal with me's on my media journal, but in case you're wondering what happened to the other journal with me's, they are now being transferred here, and I've given up on these journals until further notice. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you for watching. It was a rambly one, but I hope you enjoy. I hope you got some inspiration. Let me know your thoughts and feelings down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Hey.